Hello, my name is Steve Gordon. I'm the Global Head of Clarkson Research. We are a data and intelligence provider around shipping, trade, offshore and maritime energy transition. And we're also part of the broader Clarksons group, which includes the world's largest shipbroker. Well, I find the shipping industry fascinating in that it's so central to the global economy. We're moving 12.6 billion tons of cargo this year. 85% of all trade is seaborne, 1.5 tons for every person on the planet. So shipping is right at the heart of the global economy. We have a supply-demand framework, which I find very interesting. And here at Clarksons, we've also been building and growing our business, quite strongly over the last 20 years that I've been with the business, and that's been great fun. So there's many things about shipping that I find interesting, and of course the people. I think shipping is very much a people industry, and I have many friends, colleagues, and partners across the shipping industry, which really do make the industry fun. I think the conditions in the shipping market today are very strong. We probably have the best day rates that we've had since 2008. We have an index at Clarksons called the Clarksons Index. It's an average day rate index of tankers, bulkers, containers, and gas carriers. That's running at about $27,000 per day. And just to give a little bit of context, back in 2016, it was running at $12,000 a day. So shipping across our various markets is performing well, partly because of some of the geopolitical disruption that we've seen and long-haul rerouting of container ships, for example, around the Cape of Africa, disruption at the Panama Canal, rerouting of Russian cargoes after the sanction regime. So disruption is playing its part, but also after a long period of declining shipbuilding production and consolidation, we're now in a period where production is increasing. And so we've seen a strong flow of new building orders this year, particularly on tankers and gas carriers. And now we're starting to see container ships again. So overall, I would consider the shipping markets to be in quite a strong position, actually, which provides, opportunities for many of the suppliers and shipyards that will be attending the SMM event. Well, listen, I think the energy transition and the decarbonisation of the shipping sector is clearly one of the key strategic objectives for the industry. It's absolutely vital. I think at my company, we've invested very heavily in data, intelligence and analysis to help understand, what is the challenge. And we estimate that over 2% of all global emissions are from the shipping industry. It's over 1 billion tons of CO2 equivalent. We are tracking very closely the alternative fuel take-up on the ships. About 50% of the new building order book tonnage today is alternative fuel. We're tracking all the retrofit applications, energy-saving technologies that are being designed and manufactured by many of the organizations, and wonderful innovation ongoing there. So we're trying to track, the emissions, the regulations, the scenarios for the future, as well as this technology uptake. We've made a start, but we're only at the start. So my organization is trying to provide data and intelligence that is helpful for decision makers within the industry as they plan for the decarbonisation profile. And my broader company here at Clarksons, which includes the world's largest shipbroker, are busy providing advisory services and helping their customers order the green ships of the future at the new building yards around the world. So I think at my organization, Clarksons, we have a very well thought out approach to what is both a huge challenge but also a huge opportunity in the decarbonisation of the shipping industry. Well, we talk a lot about managing disruption and going green, and I've spoken a moment ago about the growing green elements. But managing disruption is also part of maritime today. I mentioned earlier the geopolitical disruption with the Red Sea rerouting, um, creating today around 700 container ships that are rerouted long haul. That's creating over 10% additional demand on container ship capacity. That, along with greater volumes and earlier peak season, is one of the reasons why we're seeing high freight today. We've seen disruption with Russian exports that are now going longer haul to China and India. And so that again is creating disruption, but also economic opportunities. So we believe that global trade is growing, and we believe it will continue to grow, but that we have to manage increasing complexity and increasing disruption. And so we see that as another important issue for maritime to go alongside the decarbonisation challenge that I mentioned a moment ago. Well, I can give you a few projections. Today, the world fleet on the water, about 7% of global tonnage is capable of using alternative fuels, principally LNG. We see by 2030 that over 20% of the global fleet will be able to burn alternative fuel, either LNG, methanol, ammonia that we're seeing today, and also potentially other options. So we see the fleet in 2030 being larger. We see the fleet being greener. We also see growth in trade, but with those complexities that I mentioned. So, a few thoughts about where the industry might be at the end of the decade. Well, listen, I'm really looking forward to being there. I've got some speaking engagements. We will have a small exhibition stand in one of the conference halls, and I'm really looking forward just to seeing the fantastic innovation that is ongoing, both to support new building developments, and the yards and manufacturers are vital to that process, but also the retrofitting applications. We have quite a tight shipbuilding market today. You have to wait a number of years for your delivery, potentially 3 or 4 years. The prices are quite elevated. We are seeing some reactivation of shipyards in China, for example, but at the moment it's a tight situation. So retrofitting is what you can do to the fleet today. And some of these applications and the innovation that's supporting them, are relatively low capex. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the wonderful innovation that's ongoing, particularly around the decarbonisation challenge, and also, of course, digitalisation and optimization. Looking forward to meeting people, looking forward to meeting friends, customers. The SMM is a great event. I mean, I've been attending it for nearly 20 years. I always look forward to it. And congratulations. I know that you're expecting a really good turnout again. We'll be bringing along data and intelligence that we hope will help decision makers as they look at the shipping markets and their evolution, the new building markets and their evolution, and the decarbonisation challenge and its evolution. So we'll be presenting lots of new analysis, new data. We'll be demonstrating our web systems that will be available, as well as, of course, looking forward to exchanging views with many of our friends, partners, colleagues that will be at the events themselves.